Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, that was a funky ass chart. Holy crap. Pardon my French, but that's one of those tunes you can't do on the fly. Hi, Steve Kuykendall. How are you? So here we are. It's almost Christmas time. And hi, Larry. Steve Kuykendall, so nice to hear from you. By the way, Steve has got some lessons on 99-cent guitar lessons, some real fine blues and technique lessons. You should check him out. And so wonderful guitar player, good guy. Wayne Flintner, what's up? Hey, Wayne, ain't gonna be doing Big Bottom Betty today. I didn't get it done, so hey, that's the way it is. Kirby, what's happening? Next year, Wayne, we'll do it. So anyway. Okay, so Wayne, you're going to hang out anyways. So you guys get yourself a cup of cheer, as Burl Ives would say. Is it best to learn jazz comping prior to exploring chord melody, or does it matter either way? I think it matters a lot. I think doing chord melody first, excuse me, actually at the same time. So you want to, do you remember the Ed Sullivan show where, excuse me, the cake twirler, and he's twirling cakes all over the plate twirler, and this one's going over here and this one's going over here. That's kind of how your guitar playing is. Do chord melody and do chord comping at the same time. I'll tell you why, because they really enhance one another. Let's say I'm comping a tune like All of Me, and I have a little blog on this. So the melody is... Now, those are perfect chord voicings for comping. When somebody's blowing a solo, you could go... So, yes, to answer your question, do chord melody and comping at the same time, and you'll be happy. Wayne Flanner is enjoying all my Christmas tunes. Thank you, Rich and Gail. Well, thank you, Wayne. Love you, buddy. So anyway, can't wait to work on the Christmas tunes. Kirby, good. One of the things about the new format with the Christmas songs on teachable.com, where it's a subscription, and same with the Jazz Guitar Improv, is I get to check up and see how everybody is doing. So I feel like I'm Santa Claus, and I'm seeing who's naughty and who's nice. And I'm noticing some people haven't been in there working on their stuff. So I'll take a look at Kirby and I'll think, gee, man, he hasn't been here for a while. I'm about ready to write you a note. Say, hey, what's up? And Greg Hartline, you too. So, by the way, that site is going really, really well. And one of the things about it, again, is you are required to, not required, but you have the opportunity to do some homework, and I can see it. And I think that's a good idea. So... Okay, Kirby, so you're too much choir music for church. Okay, well, okay, you're off the hook. You're off the hook then. Greg Hartline, damn, that was a super reading of White Christmas. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. You know, I have that. I have a lot of fingerstyle. I have a holiday guitar. And when I first made that album, I had a lot of nice fingerstyle arrangements on it. And I did White Christmas, and it had It was in a shuffle, boom, 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 David Letterman shuffle, we used to call it. And the local radio station, I gave them the CD. I was hoping they'd play one of the fingers, and they picked that. I don't know. So, anyways, I'm glad they picked anything. So I'm happy. Dr. Bruce Ekman. Hello from Florida. What's the temperature out there, Bruce? It's been actually a beautiful day in the Central Coast here. Really nice. But in the mornings, holy cow, it's cold. Cold got to be. Let's see. You know what? Let me tell you something funny. So I bought a guitar from a guy in Alabama. And I get it. And FedEx shows up with it, just a guitar in a case, no box. And a couple of the latches are undone. And I'm like, what? You've got to be kidding me. What? And so I called the guy up. And he says, yeah, well, look at, I just took it down. He's never shipped anything, I guess. He took it down to the FedEx station, said, would you ship this? And they said, yeah, okay. And they zip tied a tag to the handle and shipped it. Believe it or not, it came out really great. No damage at all. I think they just took extra super care with it. But I couldn't believe it. And I'm surprised they even took it like that. FedEx, it's like saying, hey, take a pair of shoes down to FedEx and say, hey, would you ship it? And they put a label on the bottom of the soles or something. Can you believe that? Okay, Kurt Graham. Hello, Rich from London. Oh, Ontario, London, Ontario. I didn't know there was a London, Ontario. Really enjoying your Christmas arrangements. I learned about half a dozen. Well, that's fine. That's great. Thank you. So it's 65 degrees in Florida. So I hope to be in Florida sometime soon. I have my Christmas guitar here. And so anyway, I just like this guitar. Oh, boy. What? It's there somewhere. I really should prepare for this. You'd think I would. Lonesome Lenny. Hi, Lonesome Lenny. How's it going out there? And S Fabulous, nice L5. Thank you. Yes, this is one of a kind. I've heard about. I've seen a picture of a natural one like this, and I've heard about a white one. And they were made. This is 2002, I believe, for the NAMM show. And anyway, Merry Christmas, the voice of Eddie Murphy. The voice of Eddie Murphy. What does that mean, man? Do I sound like Eddie Murphy? Wait for it. I know this isn't the first you touched the guitar. Of course, you could prepare. Yes, I could. Okay, our producer has got COVID. Not really. Hey, Wes, do you want to play that? Is that all hooked up to do? Yeah. So, okay, let me tell you a story. It's story time. Yeah, I don't need that sign. Story time. I've talked about this before where I got to write a song with Don Robertson, who wrote, Please Help Me, I'm Falling in Love with You. And I really don't want to know. And he was about the age of my father, so he's passed on now. But what a wonderful gentleman he was, and what a nice guy. And so we were going to write a song for my wife's company to pitch for the company my wife was working for called Christmas Around the World. Is that what it was called? Yeah. And so we wrote a song called Christmas Around the World. And they didn't take it. We pitched it as best we could. And my idea was to do songs as they were originally probably composed. We did like this song. And I had Jan Rooney sing it, and she sounded like, old, like maybe in the 1850s or something like that. We also did a French version of Noel. I had two German good friends of mine, Paul Schmidt and Helmut Gebhard, sing Silent Night in German to an acoustic guitar. So that was, and then I had, let's see, I think, What Child Is This, kind of done with harpsichord or something. And that was the idea. But anyway, here is the song, and I'm going to play it for you now. And it's called Christmas Around. What do I hit? Number 4? Now, do I have to hit the on button for the sound? I guess I do. Okay. All right. No. What do you see? Nothing. It's black. Okay, let's go back. Well, we're going to try it again. Is that plugged in? Is it plugged into here? It's not plugged. Oh, yeah. Is it plugged in here? Okay, let's try it again. Let's hit play. Hit it and see if you see it. No, it's just black. Stand by. Stand by, everybody. Stand by. We'll get that with. You can tell that we're high tech here. Okay, so anyway, so much for the story. Houston, we do have a problem. By the way, how many times have you gone to a gig and it's like, oh crap, my cord doesn't work and I didn't bring another? My strap, forgot my strap, have to use a belt or something. I actually just had a problem with my Quilter amp that's been living in my trunk for 3 years. I went to a recording session and got it out and it didn't work. Sent it to Quilter and they had it back within the week, which was really nice. But how many times have you gone to a gig and it's like, oh my God, and something breaks? Of course, right then. Ay, ay, ay. Hold on. So anyway, it went to the black screen of death. Jazz Guy 68. How are you queuing up tracks? Videos are crisp and sound is good recording equipment run down. That's plugged in. Maybe the output of that particular computer. Okay, he's got it. Whoops, what happened? All right, so anyway, good recording equipment rundown. What videos are Chris? I've got real nice video cameras here. There's Sony's A6000s. Right, yes, we see it now, Wes. Now it's real little. Okay.
Mistletoe and candy canes in Mexico, caroling from door to door in Rome. There's a magic feeling everywhere you go. It's Christmas.
So anyway, there he goes.
But it's not plugged in now.
At home, people feeling warm, kind in every land. It's Christmas around the world. On the day Christ was born, we remember the gift of love God gave to me and you. But where is the love from December all year through?
Okay, we're gonna leave it on for a second.
Listen to the church bells chime from mountaintops, echo through the busy streets below, ringing that the time has come for us to stop. It's Christmas around the world. On the day Christ was born, we remember the gift of love God gave to me.
This song, it's just guitar and vocal, you know. And let me tell you the story. Just kidding. You already heard that. 30 years teaching your track is too hot. Okay. Are we okay? Should we try it again?
Just trying to, yeah, I'm ready to go whenever.
All right.
Turn this shit down.
Hit it.
Mistletoe and candy canes in Mexico, caroling from door to door in Rome. There's a magic feeling everywhere you go. It's Christmas around the world. Children dreaming dreams of Santa's wonderland. Loved ones gathered close around at home. People feeling warm and kind in every land. It's Christmas around the world. On the day Christ was born, we remember the gift of love God gave to me and you. But where is the love from December all year through? Listen to the church bells chime from mountaintops, echo through the busy streets below, singing that the time has come for us to stop. It's Christmas around the world. On the day Christ was born, we remember the gift of love God gave to me and you. But where is the love from December all year through? When we're singing peace on earth this Christmas Eve, when we're making children's dreams come true, imagine how the world could be when we believe in Christmas, really Christmas, in Christmas around the world. Ooh.
Well, did it happen? That's funny. I don't know why it's above our pay grade on this. So you got to hear it? Oh, that's good. Eddie Davis. Merry Christmas. What's happening, Eddie? Okay, well, anyway, that was our little segment. Let's go over to, here we are, the jazz journey. And what are we going to talk about? On the jazz journey, we are going to talk about encasement. I sure wish I could hear you guys. You guys, encasement is a wonderful idea on how to build solos. Ralphie Valadares. Okay, sorry. I start reading and lose my train of thought. Okay, encasement. What does that mean? Encasement simply means this. If I have, let's say, an A minor chord, encasement is playing an upper and a lower neighbor around the target note. So I'm going a whole step above, half step below. I could go lower to upper. Now, here I am encasing two notes, right? That right here. Okay. You can mix it up. Once you find these two notes per the note, you can mix them up. Okay. Now, I could go something like this. If I'm going to think about these four notes now, actually it's six notes, isn't it? I could go something like this. All right. So that using the encasement idea, you can do several things. Now, we can encase notes with 3 notes if you wanted to, 2 on top, 1 on the bottom, say. Okay. Or how about 2 on the bottom, 1 on top? How about 2 on the bottom, 2 on top? Now I have a lot of, I've not a lot. I've got a lot of ideas on encasement. I don't have a lot of lessons. It's only a 2-part lesson, and there's several things that you can do with encasement. And really, you're looking at how many notes, right? You're only looking at 2 notes to start the thing off, and then from there you get all this other cool stuff. Okay, so anyway, as you're looking at chords, just physically look at the notes and say, wow, what is a couple of notes higher and a couple of notes lower than, say, the 3rd or the 5th of the root? And now you can start constructing. You know what I'm saying? Jazz Guy 68, nice tune, not a classic sing-along traditional format. Nice to hear, but not a tune that sticks and worthy of including in a Christmas set. Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, I hear you. I know what you're saying. It's a tune. Nice tune, got here late. Is that your original Ralphie? Yes, it is. So encasement, let's go back to that. You can also encase with octaves. So if I have an encasement note of, a target note of E and C, and I can go up, then go. Hi, Debbie. Merry Christmas to you as well. So encasement is a part of the jazz journey that you can really build lines. And if you would check out those lessons on 99-cent guitar lessons, I think you'd find them to be really enlightening. This is a Cabernet, by the way. It's called Santa Rita. It's from Chile. It's very good. Usually don't like to buy wine from out of the country because we live in the best wine in the world right here, right? So why would I do that? But it was on sale. I had the cap. Okay. Ammo, Merry Christmas to the whole Sunday night gang. Thanks for bringing us all together, Rich. Great show. Thank you so much. I appreciate you watching it. That's really nice. If you don't watch it, I ain't going to do it. Shall we play a song? Ho, ho, ho. You know, this time of year, doesn't it bring back a lot of memories? I mean, good grief. It's crazy. Yeah. How's the track? Can you hear it? How come the screen is blurry? because you got fingerprints all over from making Christmas cookies. Yowza. Anyway, isn't that fun? That's part of the Jingle Bell blues thing that we have in on Guitar College and in the Christmas guitar lessons teachable. All right, where are we at? Swinging the bells. Yeah. Deborah Fretler, what are you guys having a conversation? Wayne Flitner and Debbie Flitner, they're related. Chilean wines are good. Merry Christmas to you, Gail, the whole family. Thank you. Ralphie, is it as good as the Tahanga Social Club wine? Come on, man. This guitar is so expensive. What, and I was just noticing, that the knobs are loose. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, going to work on your octaves. Never sounds smooth when I use a pick. Yeah, I don't like to use a pick. Jim Poston, there's a name I haven't heard in a long, long time. Hi, Jim. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Jim, I think, you took us out to dinner that one time in Dallas, right? I'm late, Drat. Merry Christmas. Hi, Kim. Great guitar playing. Sounds good. Good. I'm glad everything's working. There was a tune. I don't know if I can play it. I can only embarrass myself so much. Let's move to the jazz corner, shall we? Now, the jazz corner, what we're going to work on today, and what I'm going to show you, is a chord lick. And I have a whole bunch of these. We're going to work on number 4. If you go to my website, 99 Cent Guitar Lessons, which I think I'm going to change the name of that to the library, Guitar College Library. Okay, Jim, yes, got a good memory. It was in Grapevine, Texas. Yes, and I appreciate that. That was a wonderful dinner. Anyway, so jazz chord lick. I like licks, and jazz chord licks are licks that you play with chords. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's take a look at this one here. This particular chord lick, whoops, come on back here, is around a E13, going to A, going to D, going to G, and then to C. So it's a, if you want to say 3, 6, 2, 5 progression, like a turnaround. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get the, so I have the key of G still in my ear. Yep. Does that ever happen to you? Where you have a key stuck in your ear and it's like, wait a minute, nothing else sounds right because I'm referencing it still to the key of G because I just got done playing in the key of G. So how do you get rid of that? Well, you play 2, 5 in your new key. So you would go, whoops, you would go. Here's a 2 chord. Hear the next note. So now I have the key of C in my ears. And so here we are. We're going to play a 3 chord, E minor, a 6, A minor, a D, a 2 chord, a 5 chord, and back to a 1 chord. Now, we're going to take the minor chords and we're going to make them all dominant. And here's the lick. Let me play it for you. So I've got an E13 to a B flat 13, but I'm just playing the top, to my A. So this B13 is the flat 5 substitution of E. So I've got. So let's say I'm playing a song, Blue Moon, say. Let's see. Now, here's the turnaround. Now, okay, that was a bad example. Any kind of turnaround, even a blues. You hearing that? Kind of rush it through. Let's play a slower blues. So there's E13, no root, B flat 13, no root, A13, no root, E flat 13, D13, A flat 13, G13. So that it's almost, well, it is. It's chromatic sounds, right? Going through a 3, 6, 2, 5 progression. So you can do that. Merry Christmas, baby. Sounds like the bidding. Oh, probably is. That's probably where I heard it. Okay. Descending tritones like. Yes, exactly. Okay, so anyway, there it is. there's a chord lick. And of course, you can take the theory of any one of these licks and apply it to all other inversions. Okay, Eddie Davis, yeah. It is very important that your thumb always remain behind the neck. Well, unless you're playing slide, I guess you could put it up here. Look at these hands. God dang it, man, to beat the hell. Jeez. So I go back and forth on it. Some things you can't play unless the thumb is kind of up here, some of these kind of chords or something. But whatever it takes to get the stretch of that hand out, usually 90% of it is the thumb is in the middle of the neck. So to answer your question in a sincere way, instead of a smart-ass way, I'm going to say yes. For the most part, it is. If you feel it going other places, make sure that that's cool. It might not, you might be, because I teach guys and I see them do that. The thumb will come down here and they can't wonder why they can't get a certain chord. Well, it's because your thumb is there. It needs to be down here and get the angle. In general, what you want to do is, put your fingers on straight up on the fretboard and put your hands, a finger for each fret. And there's your hand position. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, Tom, you're right. Your thumb can, certain things, you got to have your thumb up there. It just feels natural, so whatever. But if you're trying to play scales and you got your thumb up here like this, I mean, it's really weird. If you're playing blues, it's not so bad. So I don't know. Sidestepping a pentatonic for soloing, playing outside. Okay, well, man, number one, when you're playing outside, you really want to wear long underwear and wool socks because really, man, it gets cold. You can play outside with a major scale, but it's not going to keep you warm. Sorry, that was my comedy relief. All right, so playing outside is not so much as what you would really think of playing outside. It's more like playing inside over outside changes. That's the way I like to look at it. In other words, if you're playing, let's say a funky thing like all right. So you're going back and forth between these two sounds. So how long do you want to stay outside? That's the other question. And I don't know how to explain it. It depends on what's. There's not a good way to explain it, because it's jazz, and it's whatever is happening around you. If the keyboard player is all of a sudden going. Then you're going to probably, you can follow some of those ideas, C minor. So that's my take on playing outside. Sequentially, you can play, an intervallic thing. Keyboard players do that all the time. They go C, for instance, they would go C, F, B flat, and then C sharp, this. They seem to be able to really do it quite well, quite easily. It's a little harder on a guitar. However, you can stick to a shape. All right, so I ought to do some lessons on playing outside. It might help you. I'll put that on the list, and I'm thinking 2025 we'll get around to it. First I've got to build a fence, and I've been recording. I want to get some recording done. Okay, so where are we at? Can you play outside with the major scale? I knew that was coming. Yes, yeah, I think I did this before. Here's a G scale. Here's a G scale. Let's move to a B flat. Here's B flat scale. Here's B scale. B flat scale. B flat. I think that's genius. So if I have a chord here, like let's say E flat with a 2-5-1. So I'm going up. So I'm going up a half step in a major scale over, and the band doesn't have to change. The band just plays the chord, and you can do that. You got to use a little taste because it gets old after a while. Whew. Pat Evans, too much diminished, and eventually you just disappear. Okay, Pat. What are you drinking? Just kidding. Okay. Wow, I played a gig on Friday and my Strat would not stay in tune. The L5 held tuning perfectly. Even the horns were having problems. Were you outside? Is that what you're saying? I didn't know you had an L5. I thought you had an L4. Okay, whole tone can give you some outside sounds over a blues. Yeah, it can, but it really should be used sparingly because, it's one of those things that I think it's got to be part of something bigger than just the whole tone scale, I don't know how to explain it. It can get old fast. We used to be able to take, well, we did. I remember playing this minor thing, and you could take a, starting on the third and play whole tone and resolve it. Oh, if you look at that, let me go close up so you can see. Here is a C minor, and here's a whole tone scale. And you notice how it wants to resolve, right? So actually this whole tone is a reference to the dominant chord. Because it's out and it wants to resolve. So that's basically, I think, what's happening is when you're doing that, it's a reference again to the dominant chord. So if that's the case, why not play things over a dominant chord over C minor? Something like that, you can reference the dominant chord. So anyway, where are we at? It's awful quiet in this room. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Jacqueline. John Henson. You guys should. I really wish you would check out my jazz guitar improv course and take it serious for the new year and try to really make some strides in your playing. And then think about coming to workshop. Come to our workshop. Am I right, Ralphie? Greg Hartline, Pat Evans? Yeah, come to the workshop and you learn a lot. Not just something that you take away, like, play a whole tone scale here, but more on what's expected to become a better player. Okay. Debbie Flintner, are you still out there? Wayne Flintner? Did I play this last week? Jeez. Okay. So yeah, I was thinking when I was playing that, Debbie, we spent Christmases, I remember with Rich and playing Dr. Demento. Dr. Demento for Christmas. I don't know why. Anyway, crazy what goes through your mind when you play songs. Okay, wait a minute. Lick City, we got to get busy here, you guys. Jeez. Sir, wait a minute. Jumping in, notice that alcohol preps is under guitar maintenance tips. Oh, okay. Well, we won't go there yet. Makeup pads with plastic Q-tips will bend into get hard areas. We're going to talk about that. Kid with a controller, beautiful guitar. I am jealous. Me too. It's on loan from the Smithsonian. Workshops are great. Great teachers and student camaraderie. Yes. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ralphie. Okay, can you play Vince Girotti skating? No, I can't. Well, let's see. What a spectacular guitar. Yes, it is. Yes, Dr. Domino. All right, let's go into the Lick City, shall we? It's time to visit. Say it with me. Lick City. All right. What are we going to do? Okay, I have a thing called Dirty Dozen Jazz Licks, and they're kind of entry-level licks, but nothing I guess I do is entry-level because I was looking at it and I was thinking, God, these are kind of hard. And we're going to do number 3, and I would advise you to get them if you haven't already gotten them. Okay, let's go over here. This is a lick that's around this chord, a G major 7, or it could be around a C major 7, sharp 11. And it goes like this. Isn't that a sweet sound? So what makes that lick so sweet? Well, number 1 is the distance between here, right? That 4th, that's going to be in the lick all over the place. There's a 4th, then we come up here, down to E, and then another 4th, another 4th, another 4th, and then end on the 3rd of the chord. Any lick that you get, you want to take it and learn to play it surrounding a chord. So when you see a chord, you can say, hey, here's a lick that... And remember, the philosophy of learning a lick is that, yeah, it's great. But you want to like extrapolate which is an awful big word, extrapolate or ecrapulate the essence of the lick and apply it to other things. That's number 1. And then you want to go with the assumption that I'm probably not going to play this great at the gig, but I'll get bits and pieces of it and it'll create something new. And that's what we try to emphasize in the jazz guitar improv course, is being able to create something out of something you already know. So you learn a solo and then you... Okay. By the way, you can also play these backwards. Sometimes they don't sound as good, but hey. Then you learn to play chromatically. the picking on it. And let's go down to F. Up. Get the idea? Now, here is the Dirty Dozen licks. Okay, so that was 3 of them. So those kind of things are really good to learn. So I advise you to learn them. Dagnabbit. Now, I did bring out some things that I wanted to show you for our guitar tip. Say it with me. Can you see it? Good. Guitar tip. Now, what we want to do is have in our on our bench, 4 little items. Number 1, you want these cotton pads. These are for makeup removal. This is what you use to apply your waxes on the guitar. But however, before you apply a wax, because your cloth has to be super clean, otherwise you're going to create swirls, and that is this. What you want to do is you're going to paint your guitar. Now, I prefer using a semi-gloss and just go into the woodshed and get a nice semi-gloss that's been sitting in the can for 3 or 4 years and is frozen a few times. Get a big glob of it out and just kind of go like this. And that'll increase the value. All right, I'm just kidding you. Don't do that. This is to get the dust off your guitar, because it's very important that you don't take dust and rub it into your finish. So having even a little paintbrush in your guitar case is really important for guitar care. I am of the, when I had my first electric guitar, my guitar teacher, Bill Euchre, who was a superb guitarist and studio player, he played with Ricky Nelson and stuff, and he was really good. And anyway, he would always, back then you smoked, you go into your little teaching studio. It's about 5 feet by 4, and he's in there smoking. And of course, you put that cigarette in there, and he's talking to you, and you want to make sure you don't use ones with filters. You want one that burns way down in there, and you just kind of let it burn your guitar. And he would, write on the back of it and stuff. And this guitar, it was a Telecaster, and it looked like crap. And of course, he advocated for me to get a Telecaster when I was young, and I did. And so you kind of do the same thing, Hey, yeah. But in hindsight, if you look at things, man, guitars, if they're kept nice, they really pay off. They lose value. Nobody wants, unless it's Distressed by Stevie Ray Vaughan. Nobody cares about one that's been distressed by Rich Severson. I like to keep it nice and clean. So this is really important. Now, the other thing is real handy is the Q-tip. And here's what I like to do. I like to take a Q-tip and dig it as far as you can into your ear, and you get that wax. And you put that wax on the bridge and on the nut. It's something about earwax that's really, really good. No, you don't want to do that. Let me take that back. This is for getting in here, right in here, get that dust out of there, and just all the little tiny spots like way up here, getting under there. And when a guitar gets really dirty, when a guitar gets dirty, you put it in the case with a humidifier. Now we take that dirt and we kind of turn it into mud. You know what I mean? And then it gets a little more dirty, and then it gets humidified, and it's a little more muddy, and then it just gets worse and worse. So any kind of nook and cranny, you want to get that, and especially like right around in here, in those little spots, it's nice to get that out. I also use it to put a little tiny bit of Vaseline on here, and that'll keep the screws from rusting, if you're one of these guys that plays like this. And also anytime any screw that you can get, put a little on there, and it just makes it last longer. But you might try the earwax thing. It's good for the nut. All right, so there's that. And then the last thing is an alcohol prep, which I don't have anymore because I kind of stopped doing it. But if you sweat a lot and you get done playing, take that alcohol prep and run it on your strings, and it just gets all the junk off your strings. So those 4 things: alcohol prep, Q-tip, makeup remover, and a paintbrush. Nice. If they don't have a paintbrush, you can get one of these at the dollar store. Sometimes a steel brush will work good, like just a steel brush. Use a steel brush.
Barbecue thing.
Barbecue brush works good. So you want to do that. All right. So anyway, I think we're at the end of our time. Nothing goes in your ear smaller than your elbow. Ping pong ball. Oh, okay. You have glue-on nails on your right hand. I knew a player who shaped pieces of a ping pong ball. I've never tried that, but hey, I'm willing to try that. What the heck? I use these glue-on nails, and these are French nails, and I get a lot of compliments on them. This one doesn't, it fell off, but I just kind of left it okay. And then I didn't put one on there. I remember giving guitar lessons, and a girl would come in and they'd have like these nails, big long nails. And it's like, I want to learn to play guitar. And she put her fingers on the guitar like this, trying to play. And I said, you got to cut your nails because you have to use the tips of your fingers. And oh, geez, I think I'll just forget about it. Anyway, hey, so have a Merry Christmas, you guys. Really make it a good one. Make it a memorable one. And we'll talk to you in a week before New Year's. And yes, we're going to start at 5. We only did it at 6. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we'll do it at 6 next week. Yes, because we're going to be on the road. So 6 o'clock next week, okay? Let's play something up. Something fun, for crying out loud. Yeah, let's do 6 next week. Have a wonderful Christmas, you guys. Remember, at our age, you're not going to have too many more of them. It's not like you're a little kid anymore. So make it a good one. What should we play? How about rhythm changes? Shall we do rhythm changes? I wish you could yakety yak. They still haven't learned that way. Let's see how fast this is. Yeah. By the way, Gail wrote the links on there. Merry Christmas, guys.